Well, hi everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to do a quick video before I get into some family stuff and some moving stuff and some court stuff, so that I'm going to be rather busy the next 3 weeks to a month. And so I wanted to get out of Flosstube, show you what I've been working on, show you the little bit of haul that I've gotten recently, kind of give you an update on my plans and what I'm working on, and of course in the life update I'll explain why I'm going to vanish again so soon for just a short period of time. So just a short period of time, I promise. Anyway, it's been about 2.5 weeks since I did my last video. Thank you everybody who watched that and who commented, especially on me coming back or my little foray into SADs. I'm glad that was well received and didn't just seem like me being self-pitying. But thank you very much. It meant a lot to me. Oh, I've got one other big thing. One other big thing that has happened since the last time I talked to you. I've hit 300 subscribers. Woo! I feel like I need a party hat or something, but I don't have anything, so. This was all very kind of last minute. Hey, my dad's not home. I have all of my stuff stacked here. Let's do Flosstube. So, yeah, there's no notes. There's no nothing. This is Carrie raw and uncut. We'll see how it goes. Sorry in advance. So, yes, 300 subscribers. And I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, because you can't hit a milestone and not do something about it, right? So. But I don't really know what I'm going to do, so this gives me until the end to figure it out. Anyway, what I've been working on. Oh, I've gotten a few different things out. I'm pretty excited about some of them. Some of them I'm making myself work on. Actually, that's not really true. I like all of them. It's just some of them I'm a little bit more excited about than others right now. Anyway, I had a point, but I don't remember what it was. What I'm working on. Okay. I'll start with the ones that just got a little bit of work done, and then I'll move on to the bigger ones. First one. Least amount done. The Witch's Spell from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I love this one. I really need to work on it more. The last time that I talked about this one would have been shortly after StitchCon, I think, and here's where it was. And here's where I'm at right now. This is done on 16 Count Atlantis by Stitch Me. And so you can see that I've just basically gotten a little bit more of this filled in. Not very much at all. I think I only worked on this one night, and it wasn't the only thing I worked on that night, so not a whole lot done on it, but progress is progress. The next thing, and I know a couple people who are going to be excited to see this one come back out. I alternate between being excited about this one and despairing about this one, but this is Deal Struck. And the last time I showed this to you, way back a long time ago, here's where I was. And again, not very much farther, but I've pulled it out. I've worked on it a couple days, so I'm getting back into the swing of things. So here's where I am. I've gotten a little bit more filling in across the top, and then this 437 here, I've actually got just a little bit left. I was so close to being done with all of the 437 on this page that I thought, well, we'll just go ahead and do it all. So there's a little bit more here, but I've gotten it all the way to the bottom of the page, and then I'll work on getting it in. But you can start to see even now just that little bit. Finger, 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 pinky. And then the thumb is either not visible or it's further off to the side. So we're getting to the end of the hand. And I'm here for it. So, deal struck. A few hundred stitches in on this one, but I'm going to try and start working on it on a more frequent basis. Except for the part where I'm traveling the next 3 weeks, and I don't know if I want to kit it up because it's hard to kit up. Because not all of the colors in the entire thing, the 90-some, are in this page, and I don't... Anyway, I'm working on it off and on. Oh, that was haul going away. Stay! Next is the Cryptid Sal. And I really need to get a new model photo for that one because I'm past that point now. I finally finished Ahul, and I'm past the point of that one. So I have to go actually pull the whole one off. But I'm being lazy right now. Actually, I'm having horrible problems with my computer. And as soon as I sell my house, the first thing I'm doing is buying a new laptop. So that hopefully that will go away. But anyway, the last time I showed these to you was my last video. And here's what it looked like. And here's where I'm at now. So I finished the frame for Loch Ness, and I finished all the black inside. Those of you that actually are familiar with the pattern, you're like, well, no, because Nessie's all black. Personalization coming soon. And then I started working on the Dover Demon, so which is demons plural. So yeah, there you can see that's where I'm at. And then I'll get done with that. I'll go here, and then I will have 4 cryptids left to go. And I might actually finish this one before the end of the year. Fingers crossed. I kind of like traveling with this one now because I can just take a skein of black and fill into my heart's content. Because there's something like 4,000 black stitches left to go on this one. So yeah, I can just take it and work in black. Next one, and I've put all of this stuff on top of the model photo. Flamingos! Oh, I always forget every time. This is done on 16 count Olympia by Mystic Fabrics. Flamingos by Ardith Designs. The very Carrie pattern. Last time I showed it to you, also last video, here's what it looked like. And here's what it looks like now. I actually took this one to one of my dad's doctor's appointments, and I got to stitch in the car on the way down. So I got, and I took it when we went to the UP. We went to the UP last weekend for my dad to mow the lawn at his property up there. And I got to sit out by the bay and stitch. And this is one of the things that I worked on. I think I worked on this one mostly in the car. So you can see I'm starting to fill in here. Got the rest of the pumpkin here done. It's coming along slowly but surely. And I really love it. And then this is done on 16 count Glow by Mystic Fabrics. This was a fabric of the month. This is not a piece of fabric I would have ever bought for myself. At the same time, it is absolutely perfect for this project, and so I'm super excited that I have it. And that's why I love having Fabric of the Month, is for that very reason. The last one I'm going to show you, but not the last one I worked on, is a new one, new start. This was the Lola Crow Haunted Library Sal. and I have just kind of gotten started with it. So here's where I am so far. This is done on 16 count Brain Fog by Mystic Fabrics, also a fabric of the month. So here's where I'm at. Lighting in here is even worse than the other room, but that's fine. So you can see I'm getting started. One interesting thing, I've gone and done some unintentional personalization on this one. This is all one stitch too narrow. So it's going to be fun to see how I work in, especially because I know that there is a figure that's going to be sitting right here. When you get done with the entire staircase, you can tell that there's something going to be here. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out when it's one stitch too narrow. It'll be fine, right? Lie to me. Okay. So, I worked on one other thing. This is all you get to see of it. I am doing a test stitch for a friend, and so in addition to all that, I got 500 stitches in on my test stitch. That's all I can say about that at this point. You'll just have to wait and see. So, that's what I've been working on. Plans. Well, I think as we all know, I consider August 1st the start of spooky season. So at this point, you're not going to see me work on anything that doesn't fit under my hashtag spooky magic all year round. Not going to happen. So, Flamingools, I'd like to finish that one by the end of the year. Lola Crow, I'd like to, well, the first pattern comes out in 2 days, and as you can see, I'm nowhere near done with that one. So I think I might be like 20%, 20% done. So I'll keep stitching on it, but I'm not going to say I'd like to keep up, because there's no way I'm going to catch up at this point, much less keep up. Cryptids I'd like to have finished by the end of the year. And then, yeah, it'll just be a matter of what I want to work on, what I have available, because right now all of my stitchy stuff is still in suitcases and garment bags. I really need to figure out where I'm going to put it all and what I'm going to do with it. And so I might pull out some of the other Halloween projects, but they are buried right now, and it just depends on how ambitious I get. Haul. Not a lot this week. I had, for my model stitch, I needed to get Sulky High Luster Gold. So, by the time you get this, if you just buy this, the shipping costs more. Problem. Solution. So I got a couple other sulky threads to go along with it. I don't know what they're called because they came out by number. So this is 4032, but it's purples. There we go. That's a little bit better. And 4034, which is kind of like blue-grays. Looks mostly gray here, and it does look mostly gray in person, but it has a little bit of a slate to it. And then, was it Thread Geeks? I think it was Thread Geeks. Sent an email out that Sagittarius collection was being retired, so I got a couple of patterns that had been on my wish list that were about to be retired. So I got the Sleeping Fox and the Care Bear. And that's really it. And that's really all that I have stitching wise. So if that's all you're here for, I got you out in less than 15 minutes. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. If you stick around for the other random babbles that I do, strap in. Here we go. Reading, watching, listening to. I haven't done a lot of reading. I got through a couple of volumes of Demon Slayer also while we were out on our trip to the UP. That's really all the reading that I did. Watching. I didn't mention last time that we talked a few things that I had watched. I've been on a documentary kick lately. So I watched, last time, I didn't tell you that I'd recently watched D.B. Cooper, Where Are You? I watched a documentary on Jonestown. Might have been called Jonestown Paradise Lost. I can't remember. I watched the A&E miniseries about Lacey Peterson. And then most recently I rewatched Meltdown, Accident at 3 Mile Island. I rewatched Challenger, The Final Flight. I watched Pearl Harbor, Minute by Minute. I really liked that one. But I had to watch something else afterwards because it was kind of disturbing. I knew that if I went to sleep right after that, I would have very bad dreams. So, and I don't know. I've just kind of been skimming through. Oh, I watched, is it called Uncovered? It's a series on Netflix. It's a series of documentaries, and the one that I watched was The Girlfriend That Didn't Exist. But there's several others, so yeah, watched that. Yeah, I've just basically been going through the documentary section of Netflix and Hulu and trying to come up with stuff. And other than that, I've been it's funny because my dad, like, every time he's come into the room, I've been watching all of this different stuff, and every time he comes into the room, I happen to be watching Yuri on Ice, and he's like, "You're watching that ice skating cartoon again?" Yeah. But I just watched like 6 other things. Don't judge me. I like having things on in the background that I watched before, that to the point where I could quote them almost obsessively. It just, then I don't have to be watching the TV. I know what happens. I can just listen to it and I can see it in my head. I don't know. Maybe that makes me weird. If it does, don't tell me. So anyway, reading, watching, listening to. I really need to start writing it down again. And then, life update. So, I officially have a Michigan driver's license and a Michigan license plate on my car. So, I have done one thing. Like I said, my dad had a doctor's appointment. They scheduled his next surgery. Of course, it is the day I have to be in Indiana for court. I'm not happy. I'm not a happy camper. But I'll suck it up and deal with it. I have a lot of court coming up back in Indiana in the next 5 weeks. I have 3 cases. So, I think Labor Day I'm going to go back down to Indiana and be based out of Indiana or in Indianapolis for a few weeks. And hopefully make some progress on getting my house on the market. I don't know. having trouble doing that, in case you haven't been able to tell. I just get overwhelmed. And I know, you pick a spot and you start, but I just still get overwhelmed. And I just want to sit and stitch. And there's nobody really to stop me, so I do. So yeah, got that coming up. Got all that going on. And other than that, it's been quiet. It's been nice. I worried that I would be frustrated being up here and not having access to all the stuff that I'm used to. And I kind of am. Like last night, I was so tired and I didn't feel like cooking. Well, no, last night was fine. The example I wanted to give was this afternoon. I went over to the Secretary of State to get the license plate for my car, and I was going to do it on my lunch half hour. I did, by the way. But as I was coming back, I realized I'd eaten the last of my little lunches Wednesday for lunch. So I didn't have anything really quick that I could just grab to eat for lunch, and I was coming back and I wasn't going to have time to cook. And so I really missed DoorDash at that point, because I didn't have time to go get something, and I didn't have time to cook something, and I really just miss being able to pick up my phone and have something come to me. The other night I was getting kind of peckish, and looked up at the clock and realized that it was 9 o'clock, and that meant that I wasn't really going to be going anywhere to get anything to eat. It's really just making me be creative. But it's worth it. I like the quiet. I've gotten to see my my niece and nephews more in the last month or so than I had in months, a long stretch prior to that. So that's been good. Getting to hang out with my dad. Finally getting to go to one of his doctor's appointments. It's been so frustrating kind of hearing everything like 15th hand. So that was nice. Of course, then he promptly schedules his surgery for the one day I say, I can't do that day. It's fine. So anyway, that's really all that's going on. It's been nice and quiet and enjoyable family time. I might be about to become super boring. Oh, I signed up for a dance class. And I'm promptly going to miss the first at least 2, if not more, weeks of the class because I'll be in Indiana for court. But it's a combination jazz and tap class. I'm still looking for a ballroom class. Right now I'm still taking ballroom lessons over Zoom with my dance studio in Brownsburg, Indiana, which is a lot. It's fun because I like seeing my old teachers, but it also loses something when you don't have a 3-dimensional instructor in front of you and can't practice any sort of hold or partnering or anything like that. So yeah, and the funny thing about this is the dance studio that I went to when I was like 10 and 11 and 12 years old. So I'm back. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So that really is it. I'm making nice, short, and sweet videos now. And next one, I don't know. I would like to say, well, I don't know if I'll have any stitching. Even if I don't have any stitching, I will try to do a quick catch-up video within like a month, because I think I should have my expo haul by then. So at least I'll have something stitchy to talk about. And then just give you a life update as to where I am at in terms of like getting the move settled and how my dad comes out and everything like that. All right, that is it. So until next time, which is again, question mark, I hope that you all have a great month. I hope that you all get a lot of stitching done. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you next time. Bye. And this is why you need notes when you do Flosstube, right? Because you probably noticed I forgot one glaring thing, and that was, what am I going to do about 300 subscribers? Well, how about this? I am going to pick one commenter to get a PDF chart of their choice. I'm not going to say like HAID, because some people don't do full coverage. So you can get, it can be from HAID, it can be from Pain Free, Tilton, Thread Geeks, somewhere on Etsy. Pattern of your choice up to $20. And to enter, don't use the word giveaway, don't use prize, don't use anything like that. Somewhere in your comment, you need to use the word what's a good word to use? Since I've got them on the brain, let's use the word puppy. So somewhere in your comment, use the word puppy, and you will be entered to get the PDF pattern so that I can email it. So that means I can open it up all around the world, because I can send it to you wherever you are and I don't have to worry about shipping. PDF pattern of your choice up to a $20 value. So again, good luck. Talk to you soon.